What's it like being a performative male?
It feels a whole lot like intravenous monster.
You yellow dog, you done it again.
I'm gonna share this with the boys. This is gonna be awesome. They're gonna love it.
You shared it with the boys. They were just the boys that wear dresses.
The dark and trying times of Sergeant Tackett. A Man vs. Morning exclusive.
It's been a long con, Ronnie. I know what you did.
Cyberbullying doesn't exist. Turn off the computer, nerd.
Yes, it is hot, and I am sweaty in here, but this is gonna happen.
While you're there, kidnap a human.
You're the American Marksman, sir.
No, I am not.
Hi! Welcome to Man vs. Morning. How are you today? I'm just jazzed to be here with the boys. I'm Jake Watson, and today I am joined by my incredible co-hosts, Nolan the Sandalorian, Tackett the Tactician, and our featured honored guest, Ronnie Adkins is here.
Thanks for having me,
What's going on, brother?
I'm spilling my water all over.
Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to shake hands as per the
Ronnie
rule.
was too nice.
Yeah.
That's perfect. You guys look adorable.
You know why I didn't wear a hat? And
Why?
changed
Look
my
like
shirt
Ronnie.
3 times.
Yeah, you got a fresh
I
plaid
had to
on.
sit next to this like handsome man.
Yeah.
And I like put myself together. I was like, all right, I gotta look
You
good.
gotta go. You're like, I gotta.
You did your hair and everything, too.
I did. There's
He's
gel
up
in
here.
there.
That means I gotta bring my game up.
Yeah.
I roll out of bed and I just look this awful. So it's just that easy for me to look like shit.
Ronnie's like, look at me. I look like dog water. Fucking Maxim's Man of the Year over here.
Seriously. He's like, I used to be fat. Like, okay.
I used to be fat. Now I'm jacked,
you
and
a
I've
fat
got a
kid?
dump truck
You
and an
didn't-
ass.
Have you not heard?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
this.
I was almost 270 pounds at one
son.
point.
Now it's all in his ass.
Yeah, he was fucking
From,
yoked.
Yeah, I kept it all in the hind parts.
Did you?
Yeah, but yeah, real big guy. I have more stretch marks, I think, than my wife does. My wife has given us 3 beautiful kids, but
Congratulations.
I got all the stretch marks from that.
Hey, that's a fair trade.
Yeah, it's 2025. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, well,
Have you talked about that on like a podcast or anything?
not
you told that
fully.
story?
No, I think I mentioned it. I've mentioned it bits and pieces because it's a big part of what I do.
Yeah.
Every day, I share a lot of fitness stuff, but it's
Yeah.
typically like boring things that actually work rather than some kind of like.
Hey guys, fitness hack here.
Yeah, just fucking lift weights, right?
Lift
like
heavy
pick
things
heavy
and eat
shit up
clean
and put it
food.
down and don't eat like a
Yeah.
stupid idiot.
Right. Is that what it was for you?
Well, so I was always in shape back in school. You know, I played lacrosse.
Yeah.
Ran all the time.
You would play lacrosse.
Oh, yeah.
That seems like a Ronnie sport.
It absolutely was.
Did
I
you
wasn't
go to
very good at
college?
it, but I did play it.
Eh.
No, I did not go to college.
Okay.
I
Nice.
Nice.
came fresh out of high school. Went to basic training.
Did you know he ran track at Notre Dame?
I did.
You did.
That's
you ran. My
irrelevant
daughter
to the
runs.
story he's telling, but thank you.
So my daughter just got into running track. So she's in 8th grade, my oldest.
Yeah.
And she's actually the second fastest girl, including all the seniors.
Nice.
She is a little rocket.
Yeah,
Speed
nice.
demon.
That's awesome.
They get it from me. 100% me.
Yeah,
That's
all
certainly
you.
not their mom.
Yeah. Where'd you
Take
grow
that,
up?
honey.
Virginia. Yeah, my family's been in Virginia for.
Oh, he lives like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 30 minutes from me most.
Really?
Yeah,
I gotta stop saying lives. I live here
You live
now.
here now.
Yeah, over there.
I typically stay in his bushes. Actually,
Yeah.
is where I live.
Right.
Oh, you're the
Yeah.
noises that I
Are you
hear.
the guy that's been causing all the problems in the house?
Certainly.
This is the guy my ex left before and then found out he was gay. This is the guy. We tracked him down and we've been playing friends with him this whole time. It's been a long con, Ronnie. I know what you did.
No, we've been in. I've lived in Virginia my whole life, other than deployments and
It's
stuff
interesting.
like
You don't
that.
really have an accent.
Well, I actually
Virginia
looked into
people don't
that
have accents.
at one point.
I don't have an accent.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You do
just not
sometimes.
true.
Well, there's something about like Virginia is right at that middle area where you're not far enough north to have like Bostonian
God,
accent of
thank
any
God.
kind.
Retard.
Where you're in the Northeast.
I don't know my O's from my A's. And
Yeah.
that was fucking
The cat.
terrible.
It's okay.
Cat.
I'm gonna do a Boston. I do a good Boston accent too, and I just bombed that so hard.
I don't think I've ever heard you do a good accent, to be honest with you.
Well, he did the Chinese accent
do the
the other day.
Chinaman
It was
accent.
really
Oh,
fucking bad.
where
was
were
so
we
bad.
when I was
Don't
trying to
do
do
it
the
again.
Chinaman accent?
Right here.
I had to be like,
It was during Micah's episode.
I don't remember
That was 2
filming
days
Micah's
ago.
episode at
And
all.
it was like kind of Japanese, but not really. But it definitely wasn't.
It had like
Chinese.
flakes of Jersey in
I
it
had
for
no
sure.
idea what it was, but it
I
wasn't
do a good
Chinese.
Jersey accent.
You make a terrible Chinaman.
Oh, harder. See, I do a ball. I could do it. Skin a cat.
Yeah, but you're right in the middle, right? So you're not far enough south to have a lot of a southern accent. You're not far
Yeah.
enough north to have a. I
Yeah.
was reading into that not too long ago, so it's interesting you say.
Everyone from the north hates you because you're a southern redneck, and everyone from the south hates you because you're a northern like piece of shit.
You're a
There's
northern.
no one. Yeah, if you're
northeast
from
rich boy.
Virginia, you're just rejected by
Well,
both sides.
that's Virginia kind of has its own accent historically, a little bit.
It has it's historically. If you were to go back like 2 generations, you have the southern gentleman.
Virginia.
Yeah, the Virginia drawl.
With the southern
yeah.
whites.
Virginia.
Yeah, my ex's granddad sounded like that.
Tackett actually grew up rich. His dad bought him a trailer so he could pretend to be
Oh,
like
I thought
a
you were
horse.
just gonna say his dad bought him.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah, for an iPod.
He did. I mean, that's what IVF is. It's a bunch,
Okay,
of,
so
it's a
you're-
bunch of twins out here.
So you're in Virginia, you're running track, and you're playing lacrosse, getting swole.
Yeah. So I was always a little kid, right? As soon as I joined the army at like 130 pounds soaking wet, but
Me too.
came. I
seems to be
needed
a
to put
constant
on
theme.
some weight, and I did. You know, everybody gets in shape in basic training. And
Yeah,
stuff, but-
it doesn't matter how you come in. Everyone leaves at 180 pounds.
Yeah, that's
Everybody.
Really?
it is
Yeah.
what it is.
4 months, 180 pounds. They take you from 250 to 180. They take you from 130 to 180.
Why?
Same diet, same workout, same. I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I bet. I'm not joking.
It's almost like when you give people the exact same amount of calories and the exact same amount of exercise,
Yeah.
they almost turn out the same.
the same
Weird.
human.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You might have like some outliers, like some dude that's just super
Yeah.
tall, or some
Extra
guy that's just like
Ba-
really
based on
small.
thyroid
but like
stuff.
Yeah.
generally, the military wants you 5'8" to 6'1", and they want you at about 180 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much nailed that actually right now.
Yeah.
That's-
He's
that's
both
what my
between
weight
5'8"
is.
and 6'1".
Yeah.
He fluctuates depending on the day.
Yeah,
His eyes change colors.
My weight stays the same, but some days I just wake up taller.
Yeah. Sometimes
I even still do stuff like this, like with my shirt.
I do too.
You know, like because so a fat guy thing is like you don't want your shirt to be tight against your body because it shows
rolls,
you're fat.
yeah.
So I'll catch myself like pulling my
Yeah.
shirt out
Right.
still. Anyway, I ended up ballooning when my wife got pregnant with our first child.
Oh,
Like we
okay.
just
That happens.
dude. We would go out every night and buy a pack of cookies and make a pack of cookies, or she would bake a cake.
You're a sweets guy
or-
too, huh?
Oh man. So we went out to dinner and you got that cheesecake and I hated you for it because I haven't had cheesecake.
It was Nolan's birthday.
in a-
It was my birthday.
It was not his
It was not
birthday,
Nolan's
but we certainly celebrated a birthday.
I'll tell that story in a moment. Continue.
It just ballooned up, man. And I had so my entire military career is all reserve. I had a civilian career at the same time that was progressing very well in cybersecurity, threat intelligence, stuff like that.
yeah.
So it's easier when you don't have somebody, you know, an NCO breathing down your neck saying, "Hey, fat body, fix it." And I ended up fat, still in uniform.
Should have sent you Rich. Rich High. We should have sent you
Oh,
angry
man.
cops.
Dude, just over your shoulder.
My first interaction with him, he called me a retard.
Yeah.
It's just
Ah, you retired.
first time.
I hate.
First time I met him, I go, hey, we had introduced, and then he brought up football, and I was like, hey man, I'm sorry the Bills lost the other day. And he goes, you know, Jake, I wanted to like you, but now I don't know if I can.
Oh, this was over a
Kicks up
football
his-
thing too.
Kicks up his Nikes onto the table. His
Yeah.
northeastern Nikes.
northeastern
Everybody
Nikes.
in the Northeast, what is that? They all have to have a
I don't
pair
know.
of Nikes.
That's
You're
a,
the same
That's
thing.
a part of like how the North blended in Virginia. Is like when I got down here and everyone was like, "Oh, you're gonna wear what the fuck do people call it? Tennis shoes down here? Trainers?"
I don't fucking know.
They were like, "You're wearing trainers and jeans."
Tennis shoes.
And I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm just wearing."
People call tennis shoes trainers.
Yeah, in Texas,
That's what
people
the UK
if you have
calls them.
pants
I thought
on,
that
you're
was
supposed
like
to have boots on. And if you like you go out on a date with a girl and you're wearing tennis shoes and jeans, and they're like a Texas-made girl, they'll be like, "The fuck."
That's true.
I look nice.
Did you pay for that weather?
My shit matches.
No.
It's fucked up.
He buys them. He buys his boots secondhand from.
Well, you know,
from
my
his,
wife does that shit. She'll buy fucking pants,
weathered pants,
that
yeah.
have weathering. I'm like,
No.
spend.
No.
I'll take 5 minutes with a normal pair of pants, and they'll come out just like
I
that.
don't
I'll strap
pay
to the
for
truck.
weathering on my clothes.
He buys the boots directly from his farmhand after he's done with them. Hey, Jose.
Jose, give me those zapatos.
Those ones are looking good, bud.
Give me
I'll
those
take them out.
botas.
Yeah, they are looking pretty good. I say, it's time you get yourself a new pair.
He
of
gets them and
boots.
he's like, perfect.
Smells of ripe shit in Mexican.
Yeah, they'll never know I went to Notre Dame now. Me and Nolan were talking about the other day that like we got you on the first episode one time and then never got you
That's
again.
right. Only once.
We're get ready. Anyways, continue.
I forgot what
So
we
Rich
almost
called you a
got me
retard.
on the airplane hog one.
He
You
did.
almost got me there.
And it was over a football thing too.
Oh, he called you a retard over football?
So he was asking if anybody in the DC area. I'm not really in the DC area. I'm like 2 hours away from
Close
there
enough,
or so.
yeah.
There are two Virginias. The DC area is one Virginia, and that's the one that fucking sucks.
It's the
And
shadowy
then
place.
There's the rest of us, the normal Virginia. Right?
Yeah.
So, but he was asking if there was a Bills bar, and for some reason I knew that there was up there. So I shot him the link to it, and he recorded a video. Right? And in this video, he's like, I'm not sure how long ago you got out of the service, but can you fucking read, retard, or something like that? Because he didn't actually click the link, and it didn't show that it was a Bills bar until you clicked the link. And I very calmly, I was like, I'd recommend just
Click the link.
checking the link. And he sent me a video back, and he was like, I will pay for your tab if you if you show. I was like, I can't tonight, buddy. Enjoy it. Have a good
That's
time.
hilarious.
But it 100% checked out. I was like, yep, that's a drill song.
Yeah.
I could see you fucking read.
I actually probably have that.
They send you to school.
It's hilarious. All you guys have violent first interactions. My first interaction with Rich, we started singing songs, and he's like, I like you. We're kindred spirits.
Really?
Yeah.
My first actual like interaction with Rich was when we filmed with him on the show, and it was like I thought that we were gonna tag team you guys, and there was a moment on that episode where I go, "I'm so glad you're on my team," and he's like, "Oh, I'm not on your fucking side," and then just directed all of his hate towards me.
I
for the
need
rest
you
of
to
the
understand,
episode.
Rich is on my side.
So that's the video. I don't know if it'll play.
Can you
Oh my
send it
god!
to me?
Yeah, just send it to Nolan. He'll put it on the.
I'll send it to you.
All right. So listen, I love looking at your stuff. It's a lot of fun. Social media is great, right? I don't know how long it's been since you served, so let me break this down. Are you retarded? Because I specifically asked for a Bills bar outside of DC, and you were like, I don't know, this is a bar. Hope it's okay.
So then I sent him this. I'll send you all this
Yeah.
stuff. Then I sent him that, and I was like, "Hey man, like this is like,
Yeah.
they are advertising themselves as one," and this was what I got back from him.
Damn it, you know, when you're wrong, you're wrong. And here I am to admit that I wasn't wrong, I just misread it. Shit. Fuck.
I just misread it.
Are you gonna come? Are you gonna join us?
Anyway, that was the first
Like it's-
interaction I'd ever had
Yeah.
with.
I like that in the background, someone yells something about limp dick. Hey, limp dick.
Hey, Ronnie, you got a thing in your hair.
Oh, you didn't use your mouth?
Nah, not this time. Later. Okay. All right. So you.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I don't know.
We ended up talking about
don't have
how
to have
Rich verbally assaulted me on the internet.
You were talking about
Cheesecake.
losing weight and cheesecake.
Oh my god, yeah. So I know where I was headed with it. So I had a couple leaders in the military that were the wrong type. They flubbed paperwork for me. I ended up going on my first deployment. Nowhere close.
What'd you do? What'd you do while you were deployed?
Well, so I've done a couple different things. I am an intel guy by trade. That is what I do. All source intelligence. So what we take information from all of your intelligence
branch?
disciplines. Army.
Okay.
So all of your intelligence disciplines like geospatial intelligence and communications intelligence, so photos, video, satellite stuff, and we compile it. We're supposed to compile it into a picture and distill that. Distill that to help with decision making.
Yeah.
Is really what it is. Just to simplify that.
Yeah.
I've never actually fucking done that. Never once operationally have I done that mission. So I'm the worst intel guy you will ever
crazy.
see.
You're like
That's
every
crazy. I've never
sailor.
heard
They're
that
there
story.
to like shoot the guns, and all they end up doing is painting the whole time.
Yeah, I'm a Cav Scout. I know how to tell you like how fast that stream's running and like the grade of that like hill and how much weight that bridge can take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never.
Google Earth.
You were really good at helping us through the casinos in Vegas. Yeah.
Well, because a casino is a forest.
Yeah.
So I got that. But if you put
It's
me
a
in
moving
like,
forest.
yeah, you put me like if I'm driving my
With a
car
lot of
around like a
monkeys in it.
neighborhood. If I'm driving my car around a neighborhood, I'm lost as shit. I'm terrible. I can't. But like you drop me in the woods, I'm good. In the middle of a casino is the same. You need landmarks.
Yeah.
That's a funny looking tree. I'm gonna remember that tree.
Did they teach you how to ride a horse?
No.
No? They
No.
don't do that anymore?
No.
Why would they teach you how to ride a horse?
That was a Cav Scout.
Oh, Cav Scout.
Cavalry Scout. Did I say that right?
Cavalry.
I always say Anyways, I'm not even gonna try.
Continue.
Yes,
Be careful.
I know.
want
I
you to
might
hurt
hurt
yourself.
my brain.
No, I actually drove most of my first deployment. I was trained and certified to be a crew serve gunner, but when we got there, they were like, well, we're actually going to give you Land Cruisers instead. So we had these Land Cruisers with this, bolted on shitty armor that you put on them. A Googleable incident from the same little area. I was in a relatively safe area. Like I had cushy deployments. Like everybody wants to measure their wieners on how bad they had it. Sounds like it fucking sucked.
A lot of them are fucking lying. So, but
Sounds like it sucked. I had some pretty good deployments. Spicy trying to drive in like Kabul. There was one stoplight, and I'm pretty sure I was there when they tried it and turned it off. So it's like I think we paid for this stoplight, and it's probably still not on.
Yeah,
in the middle of
almost
town.
certainly.
right in the is it right in the center of town where there's that big like roundabout thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, that roundabout is.
Yeah, I can still remember driving like Masood Circle and all those places around there. So the problem was, my first car was a stick. It was a '94 Honda Civic DX.
Hell
yeah,
Fuck yeah.
buddy.
That's what I learned
the
to
problem-
drive stick on as well, Honda Civic. Yep.
Every single one of those cars.
So
is
it's funny.
here.
It's funny you say that because we get there and these Land Cruisers are a stick,
Okay.
and an inordinate amount of people don't know how to drive
Yeah.
a stick.
Especially
So
not
as the
anything over
Intel guy, I was really there to run a SharePoint. To be honest with you, as the Intel guy, they were like, "Can you drive a stick?" And I was like, "Yeah." Why? They're like, "Well, we need you to be a driver, man." So that's what I spent any of my time when I wasn't. The mission we had was actually a really interesting one. All the way back in 2013, we were actively working towards handing the Afghans their government back. So our mission, we were decom SPO.
Took a while.
And 2013 is when we started that process.
Yeah, it worked also.
Worked great.
Our job was to hand their logistics back to them. So we took over doing their logistics, moving their beans, bullets, all that shit.
Yeah.
Two words that they don't have.
Yeah.
Logistics or government.
yeah.
Now,
It's not a Latin dialect.
There's a fun story from some of the loggies, the logistics guys, that they gave them
That's why they don't have a word for
they
it.
gave them computers to like actually install software and manage. And went back to audit them later. I have this third party, and when they went to audit them, not only was the software gone, but it was just full of fucking.
I was about to say
That was
just
all.
full-
That was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you
So-
gave cavemen access to. Oh, who
So
would have thought?
We fought the war on terror all wrong. We should have just airdropped like fire.
Yeah.
The General Order 1 that was like, don't bring over to Iraq and Afghanistan because it's against the culture. Like CIA really dropped the ball there.
sure.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. We sterilized Americans' youth rather than the Taliban. We were fucked up.
Yeah.
We should have been only in Afghanistan.
Only Afghans.
Only Afghans.
And then-
I gotta show you guys the photo of
So
the
many,
Afghan.
so much sheep.
What?
The Afghan.
The Afghan.
Afghan
Yeah, but
Do you have a rush?
Afghanistan?
Do you have a Rushgan?
We have a Afghan.
What the fuck is a Afghan?
It's a midget
A
Afghan.
midget Afghan. Oh. So, but there
You
was,
mean mini Rambos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get. Well, we called him the Afghan.
Yeah.
Mini Rambos.
On one of our routes, because you take different routes. You never ever take the same route. Actually, Task Force Guam was there with us, and they called up one day because all the roads were clear. So imagine the biggest clusterfuck you could, under normal circumstances. It is a nightmare to drive in Afghanistan. But they called up over the radio at one point, and they were like, "Hey, all the roads are clear."
That's not good.
That's
There isn't a
concerning.
single human being out in the middle of Kabul today. Do you
Weird.
know something? Like,
2,000 pound, I think, or VBID, vehicle-borne IED,
Nice.
smashed into their non-tactical vehicle convoy. Just disintegrated them. Those like non-tactical vehicles that they would use in and around the Kabul area, they're really just meant for like small arms. But if you hit it the wrong way with a rock, the windows smash. That happened to one of our convoys, one of our chalks.
those kids are lethal with rocks too.
Yeah.
Like you be in an open top gun and you've got like more than 2/3 of it is shield that's up over your head for the
Oh,
most
they'll
part.
hook
Big
that bad boy
bulletproof
right through
windows.
the one little.
Yeah. And you got your 50 cal or whatever your crew serve is through the front of that, and then there's a shield on the front of that. So like shooting into it is difficult.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking down the sights of whatever I'm shooting, and that's my hole out of this thing. And then you take the HESCO barriers, you cut some of that like fence off the HESCO barriers because it has that like sack material on it.
Yeah.
And you bend that over the top of the turret so you have something for shade, but you're in like a turtle hut.
Yeah.
And you'd be bumping down the road, 35, 40 mile an hour, and you'll see a kid be like, and it's perfect. Like, swat! Like, Jesus Christ.
Motherfucker. I remember I first of all, let me go all the way back. I was a shitbag. All right. So I remember I was riding along. Like, I just want to be clear.
Every veteran also says this on the show.
This is most certainly not a gallantry and intrepidity type fucking valor story. This is me being a shitbag in Afghanistan. I fell asleep in the back of one of these coming back from one of our logistics hubs.
Yeah.
And I just wake up to like this little shit ass dude on his bicycle stopped right in front of our convoy. And you're in non-tactical vehicles, but we have what's called a Duke system that sticks out of the top of it.
Yeah.
It's to defeat remote-controlled IEDs and stuff like that. So we're very not low-key. But
It's like driving an unmarked police car through the Bible. You know what I mean? It's the same vibe.
Through the Bible?
Through the Bible?
It's like we have this Land Cruiser, and it's like very obviously a bulletproof Land Cruiser, and it's got these giant antennas off the back of it, and everyone else is walking.
Yeah.
And we're like, this will blend.
Yeah.
yeah, they won't
Fuck,
see
it doesn't. And there's 8 of us.
We had cherries.
No, it doesn't.
We had sirens and cherries and berries. Oh
my God.
When I was lead truck for this stuff, man, those motherfuckers are going on, and we're doing this demolition derby style, right?
Booking it.
This was also around the time where they were trying to. It was like knee deep in hearts and minds bullshit.
Oh, hell
right?
yeah.
And all the defensive driving training that you do, they told you had to throw it out the window. You kind of just meld into the rest of traffic, and it's like, fuck that, dude.
No,
Absolutely not. So when we would go out in like 2-Vic convoys, I mean, we're blocking for each other, all kinds of wild shit.
Yeah.
And with all that armor that they put on these things, you get that sucker going 50 miles an hour and it starts doing this.
Yeah.
And the
Max
roads
Pros float like that too, dude.
Yep. Well, that's what we were supposed to have, right?
Really?
So we went through our entire pre-mob with Max Pros.
And then you got.
And then we got there and they were like,
Cruisers.
here's the Land Cruisers. And we were like, what?
I was supposed to have a house. Have you ever been around a Max Pro?
They're huge.
It's a
They're
house.
not.
Yeah.
They're
The
not
tires are 65 inches or something. They're huge. And the ones we had didn't have
like
the
a
governor
5-ton?
on. I don't know how much they weigh. I have no idea. I mean, you could hit one with a 400 or 500 pound Jeep Area.
bigger.
It just,
If you're thinking of like a 5-ton, the
5-ton
flatbed
truck,
yeah. It's taller than a
it's-
tractor
It's
trailer.
taller than that.
Really?
yeah, they're
Oh,
huge.
wow.
And you got to have a human on top of the thing.
Yeah.
And people wonder why veterans' knees hurt. Your gunners will be jumping off the
Yeah.
top of it when it's time to go get chow and stuff.
Oh.
Like that's the kind of stuff that tears down,
Just
tears you down
smacking
over
down on
time.
the ground.
With the 50 in
Yeah.
your hand.
I'm good.
You bag of shit. I'm good.
You really wanted to get some chow.
No, I ended up.
The faster I do this, the faster I can jerk off at a porta john and go to bed. Like, I don't care. I'm depressed.
Yes, it is hot, and I am sweaty in here, but this is gonna happen.
Bro, everybody that like people that like getting choked while they're in bed, like you need to go try out a hot ass porta john. Like you don't know what you're missing, dude. Phasing
Some of
in
the
and
finest
out of-
artwork I've ever seen in my life is the inside.
I had this idea that I'm so annoyed with myself that I didn't do. I went downrange my first deployment, and it's like all the porta johns, the bathrooms, like just places that you live. Everybody's done their like graffiti, and it's like good shit. You know what I mean? It's not like janky bathroom stuff. It'll be like the most glorious like chick or dick with like tits that you've ever seen in your life. You know what I mean?
Really,
I wanted to take
creative
photos
stuff.
and make like a coffee table book of
Yeah.
like the artwork of the global war on terror, and it would just be like People, I'm telling you, people would sit at a porta-john for 2 hours and draw some intricate dick that had perfect tits on it. It'd be like a cartoon person dick, but it would also have tits.
Post-note inspiration.
It would be this big. You'd be like taking a poop in the porta-john, like,
just
why?
the amount of energy that you apply.
You guys have been in
to
here
this.
every day working on
Yeah,
it.
just working on it.
One line every day.
And then you kind of catch yourself staring at it for
Yeah.
For a little too long.
You're
Dude,
just-
those are the nicest tits I've ever seen. Hey, this guy is a marksman with Sharpies, dude.
And I was such a shitbag. One time, Camp Eggers is a small little compound that we took over like a high-end housing district of Kabul.
Get out.
That's what we did. And turned it into a small little base. Like you could walk from one end of it to the other and it might take you 2 minutes. It's small, but there was one section of it that was open to our partner forces as well. Well, one time I forgot to lock the fucking truck. And these shitheads siphoned all of our gas.
No.
Again, I'm not saying that I was the best soldier in the world. I'm still in. I'm an NCO. I'm a platoon sergeant. I like to think I've kind of worked my way through a couple challenges and gotten a little bit better every day. But back then, dude, I was a shitbag. I was
That's
fat.
what privates are.
Well, I was a specialist by then.
Oh, that's what specialists are.
Yeah, I was very good
They're
at
just better at
stealing
being
things that we needed, though. That's a skill that they don't even send you to a school. You just learn about it.
So how does that work?
Well, you just steal things
steal
that you
shit.
need.
Yeah, but like, give me an example.
Oh my God! So
My
we
hand mic in the truck we're working, right?
Hand mic?
tow
Yeah,
bars
for the radio.
You know how many tow bars for Humvees? Oh my God! dude.
Something simple like I'm in the truck one day doing radio checks or whatever, and like my hand mic doesn't work. I'm gonna unplug it from the radio and I'm gonna hand it to my driver and I'm gonna say, "Get me another hand mic."
Yeah.
And he's gonna go.
That's
Get you a
that's
new
the
hand mic.
unwritten rule of the driver's
BII.
job.
So
Yeah, the privates. If you see privates like nosing around Connexes out behind your shit, you're gonna send your privates out to go fist fight them.
Okay.
There's a constant like, hey, Beast Troop is doing a layout and we're short a pair of binos.
Go get one.
And you just like look at your privates.
Right.
It's just a mission now. Like, can you guys sneak over there and get one without getting in a fist fight with Bravo? And if you do get in a fist fight with Beast Company, then we'll just dump more privates your direction. While you're there, kidnap a human.
If it ain't nailed down, you're taking it.
yeah. So you have like
Okay.
an example
Sounds
that I
kinda fun.
just had.
So much fun.
just had last month.
God, I would have been so good in the army.
The BII in one of my Humvees wasn't there. So your BII, I don't remember what it stands for. It's basically like your toolkit.
Basic issue items.
Thank you. For fuck's sake. I told you I am not good at this. I've been doing it a long time.
It's the difference between active and whatever that is. All right.
So I took a look at one of my specialists and I was like, we're missing a chalk block out of this, boss.
And he fucking was like, we got him. Here we go.
There was a chalk block in there, so
Yeah.
you got to chalk the wheels every
Right.
time you park it. Anyway, so yeah, that was that first deployment. I will say that it changed my life. It most certainly wasn't as kinetic as a lot of people dealt with. But when you're separating, you're doing that day in and day out with the real purpose that you're there. Ultimately, at the end of it all, is to be a military, to be violent in a way. You're kind of redlining the entire time, and it also it separated me for the first time from my kids. So my first daughter had been born. My wife was pregnant. We found out my wife was pregnant with our second while I was at the pre-mob station.
Oh, okay.
How long had you been at the premium station? Just asking for a friend.
10 months? 11?
I ended up actually getting sent home on emergency leave because that pregnancy, and she's an amazing woman, that pregnancy almost killed her. Oh. So the reason they sent me home is in their words, you need to come home and make a decision. And I was like,
Oh, no.
Like between baby and mom?
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. It was, so she had an extra chromosome, or they read an extra chromosome on 18.
Okay.
Which would be, I think it's Edwards syndrome, which is Downs's like deadlier cousin or something. This is like well over 10 years ago, so there might be pieces to this that I'm missing. Anyway, it was quite literally to the point to where she couldn't eat anything being pregnant. She could not eat at all. She had, my oldest, who was 1.5 at the time, climbing on mommy, I want to do something. And my wife's like stuck in bed. And I'm in fucking Afghanistan.
Right. Yeah. You think Carly's stressed.
So they send me home, and I was having a conversation with her. We were just like, that's not our decision. That's not our decision to make.
Yeah.
My middle daughter is like, for her age, a damn near champion dancer.
Yeah.
She plays 3 different instruments. She's perfect.
It's the extra chromosome.
And these,
Yeah, she's a little superhuman.
well, here's the thing: is these fucking people looked at me and said, "We can recommend that you abort this baby."
Yep.
Look at my daughter now.
Yeah.
Right?
They said that about my son.
Really?
My wife went to Mexico, and then that was when Zika was like a big scare.
Yeah.
She gets back to California, she goes in for a checkup, and then they read Zika, and she comes home all distraught and, just torn up about this whole thing. And I looked at the numbers and realized that there hadn't been a single case of Zika.
It's crazy how the news does that.
Yeah.
Weird.
In like all of California.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the only
until-
time that they've ever done that.
And
also.
and I go,
How many people even remember that?
and I said 2 things. A, if this is the first one, it's that is what it is. And then B, it's not our decision.
Yeah.
So we're not even going to worry about this.
Yeah.
We're not going to worry about it at all. And they said the same thing. They said, we advise aborting, yada, yada, yada. The culture of just like
Scrap it,
that
try
being
again.
the,
Yeah.
if there's any risk at all, even if it's perceived and not real,
Yeah.
their default setting is like abort.
That's my ex did
It's
ultrasounds.
wild.
They get a lot of money for those stem cells.
Yeah, my ex did ultrasounds though. People will come in and find
Do you
out
think
it's
that's
a-
really the reason?
like find out it's like gonna be like they come in and they do all the measurements on their skulls and all that stuff, and there's like all these like things that could potentially be a problem, but it's just like markers that they look for that like generally if you're like your forehead is X amount of size after X number of weeks, like there's all these little markers that they look for that say you're good. If any of those are like out of the red, it's like, hey, you can
Yeah.
You can start over if you like.
you can just start, you can scrap that one and try again if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. Right. So, and my wife and I talk about it every so often. Like, she'll be up on the stage dancing or something, and we'll share a look with each other, and we know exactly what we're saying.
It's
like,
like, we should have got rid of her.
yeah, yeah.
It's late. I'm hungry.
So yeah, that first deployment, that's what helped me better understand, like what family means, because I grew up in a little bit of a broken household, to be frank. Like my stepfather, who I will call my father now, and he was a very, very abusive guy. He was a drunk. You have those people that'll say things like, a bunch of beers in by 9 a.m. Actually him. That was actually,
actually mean it.
Oh yeah. He definitely knew his Budweiser. And that was, of course, his drink. The hard man, though, iron worker his whole life. He started doing that when he was 14, and he worked until the day he died. But, growing up with that, very physical. Once I eventually was able to be, it started being very physical back, and that continued.
Yeah.
But that kind of set me down this really weird path of just not having a good head on my shoulders. I don't even know what that means, to have a good head on your shoulders. All I know is that I need to actively work to figure out what that means.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? So
It's when you look at the kids that are the same age as you, that you can just tell that like it's not that they have money, right? Like they're living off their parents' money, and it's not necessarily that they live in like a nice neighborhood or whatever. It's like you can tell that when they come home at the end of the day, like someone is excited to see them. Like someone makes a big deal about their birthdays and shit, and you're like, what the fuck is that like?
We
What
made
the
a big
fuck is
deal
that
about
like?
Nolan's birthday on Monday.
Yeah, on Monday, but like we failed when he had his actual birthday. We were working out in the gym, and he was like, "Oh, it's my birthday." And we all went, "Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
yeah." That's why I went away for my birthday. I was like, they don't care.
I made you banana bread.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what Carly made me banana
Yeah.
bread? I thought she just did that.
I literally said we made you banana bread for your birthday.
Oh, I didn't hear. I just heard banana bread.
When
It
did
was
we
like-
film with Micah?
I don't know. I yelled at you and took the banana bread.
Yeah.
So
Continue.
was that similar? That general sentiment, was that similar for you?
No, I wouldn't say. My mom and I have always been really close. She always made sure to celebrate birthdays for me and stuff. I don't think Bill, his name was Bill. I don't think Bill ever went to a single sporting event of mine, anything like that.
Yeah.
Eventually, he ended up going to prison for driving too slow on the highway while drunk. Like that's how he got caught.
Ironic.
He was going like 35 in like it was like a 55 or a 60, something like that. So he got hemmed up for that.
Dude, imagine.
Down in Henrico County too.
Oh my God, they're fucking assholes. Fucking Henrico County cops are assholes. All right,
Is that where you got your DUI?
no. I got my DUI in Fauquier County, and he was cool.
That's
'Cause
where I grew up.
Yeah, I ran from the state trooper for like 10, 15 miles. Something like that. He used the CB to get truckers to block me on the interstate. I had a white Charger. I was flashing cars like I was a cop. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I blew like a
yeah.
.28 or something on the scene.
.28.
Yeah, I should have done mandatory time.
You ran?
Yes. And was AWOL from Fort Campbell. Yes.
Cab
Yes.
Scouts.
It was
You were up in
bad.
Fauquier County from Fort Campbell?
Yes. On a 4-day. And I made it back to formation Tuesday morning.
Did you really?
I ratted on myself. I went to my chain, because I was a fucking platoon sergeant, bro. I went to my chain of command and was like, so. I got arrested this weekend, and my commander was like, okay. I was like, I literally don't have the nuts to tell you what I've done. And I like handed him the police report and was like, it's not good. And he was like holding it and hadn't looked at it yet. And he was like, what do you want me to fucking do with this? And I was like, you have to kick me out of the Army. And he was like, God damn it, Tack. Went in his office and like came back out like 10 minutes later, wouldn't talk to me for the rest of the day.
He didn't kick you out.
No, which was not the right thing. I'm glad that they didn't. I'm glad that I kept my career. I'm glad to have stayed in the Army. Like I was able to like.
What did they do?
The good old boy system kicked in like a motherfucker. So I get a DUI while I'm AWOL on a 4-day. I'm fucking 12 hours away from where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm driving down the interstate trying to get into DC to go hang out with a girl before like the subway closes.
would've thought?
I know.
You dog.
I was coming from
You
Harrisonburg.
yellow dog. You done it again.
No, Virginia.
Harrisonburg.
Harrisonburg, yeah. So I had like a 2-hour drive, 2.5, something like that. But I did the math that if the speed limit's 65, if I double that and do 120, I'll get there in time. So I set the cruise control in my car at 120. It was just, I'm plowed. I'm plowed drunk. Been day drinking all day. I'm at the bar when she texted me, taking shots with my buddy. And my buddy goes, don't go. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And I went to the bathroom and left.
Who would have thought?
Bawling down the interstate, and I come up over this hill, and it's like, I don't know, a mile to the bottom and a mile back up the hill, and there's a trooper just right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I came over the hill, I went and just put it to the floor.
You can't carry me.
I had all the ECU shit deleted, so there was no governor on the car and everything. Me and my uncle had worked on it some. Like, it was a healthy Charger, and
Yeah.
I floored it by him. He came
a
out.
healthy 36%.
Yeah. The police report said that he activated his lights and sirens when I dropped onto the shoulder to pass cars. Like I was fully like running from the cops. I come up over another hill and there was 2 tractor trailer trucks in the interstate and I like dropped over and just went right by them. I come up like another mile or 2 down the road and there was 3. They were like blocking shoulder to shoulder on the interstate. There was one running the center line. And my uncle, who had been a cop for 30 years, flashed into my head, and he like told me once when I was 16 that troopers will talk on the CB to use truckers like that. As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh no.
This was like an episode of Dukes of Hazzard.
It was rowdy, dude.
Damn, I'm sorry I missed it.
When I went to court for it, I just pled guilty.
Yeah.
And my argument was like, I want to push it through court as fast as I can because I didn't blow on the scene. I passed out because I like, as soon as I got out of the car and was talking to him and he like wanted me to do shit, I was like, I'm definitely going to jail. Because somehow up to that point, I thought maybe I'm not going to jail.
You should have just ripped it over, turned the car off, and laid down.
No. I got out and I was standing on the side of the interstate and he like explained to me that I was going to jail and like the weight of the
Did
consequences.
he
Like,
Mirandize you?
I don't know. I passed the fuck out. I woke up in an ambulance.
He doesn't remember
Yeah.
what happened 2 days ago.
But they took my blood and I knew it was coming back bad.
Yeah.
And Virginia has like over a certain limit, like mandatory prison time, and I'm already over the limit for the speed limit. So like I think I'm looking at 6 months, maybe a year and a half or more.
Yeah, that's all
So
jail.
I pushed it through court as quick as I could, hoping that the blood work wouldn't come back. And the prosecuting attorney side said they agreed with me because I was going to go on a deployment. They were like, we'll get this through court. We'll get you on your deployment. Like, we're not going to slow you down. Like, you have more important things to do. Thanks for your service kind of thing. And so they gave me a sweetheart deal that I did a 2-day, like, alcohol substance thing that would qualify for my 2 years of Virginia ASAP I was supposed to do. No jail time, but I would lose my license for a year, which was irrelevant because I'm going to Afghanistan. So I'm going to come back from Afghanistan and just get my license back, right?
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Yeah.
The judge, the day that they, like, find me guilty or whatever, says, is no one interested in the blood alcohol in this case? And the prosecuting attorney's like, gives a speech like, no, like, he's a great soldier, like, we want to get him on his way, like, blah. And the judge goes, okay, signs the deal and throws the paperwork off the desk and is like, it was a .2, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Looks at me and says, you have 30 minutes to get the fuck out of my state.
Yeah.
And I said, Roger, Your Honor. And then the arresting trooper followed me out of town and pulled me over and walked up to the thing and was like, you don't have a driver's license. And I was like,
Yeah, why did you
I was like, what? And he was like, you have 12 hours until that driver's license ends. Get the fuck out of my state. And I was like, I've already been told. Like, but he followed me from the courthouse to pull me over to, like, he hated me.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Yeah.
Taggart, I hate you.
Yeah. But when I had to say all of that shit to my chain of command, and they decided if I didn't hit the blotter, which is like the official report, that they would bury it. And my sergeant major was like, I want a pound of flesh. So they took my promotable and then buried the rest of it. And I never popped on the blotter. I got my promotable status back like 60 days later, something like that.
The dark and trying times of Sergeant Tackett.
Yeah.
Here,
What are you gonna do?
A Man vs. Morning exclusive.
Sorry, that was like a really long story.
was
No,
great.
it was hell
fucked
of a
up.
story.
They shouldn't have done that though.
Why?
Because I went to my soldiers and I was like,
Because he had no consequences.
Yeah, I literally said to my guys, I said, I've built this platoon. We've made you guys. We're the outsiders. Like, this is, you guys are my family. Like, I just trained you guys up. We're like 30 days, or I guess we were like 4 months, 5 months, 2014.
Yeah, I mean, that was still at a time where...
Yeah, we're still doing stuff. But,
yeah, if you're serving in combat over there.
But it set the wrong tone to my guys. I still have guys from that time that, like, they don't fuck with me anymore because of it. And I agree with them.
Yeah.
I sat them down in the team bay and apologized to them for letting them down. And I said, like, obviously, like, me getting that kind of DUI means that I'm living my life wrong. It's not the only time I'm doing shit like this. Like, and I said, you guys are going to watch the consequences of, like, you're going to watch me lose my rank. You're going to watch me get kicked out. I gave them a whole fucking thing. And 60 days later, I'm a platoon sergeant, and there's no... It was the wrong message to send.
They needed souls.
Yeah, because now how am I supposed to demote anybody? How am I supposed to kick anybody out? Right? Like, how am I? You know,
how do you hold people accountable
Right.
when you weren't held accountable?
Right. Me coming to you and being like, hey, your haircut's fucked up. I'm just an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you're just always gonna view me as an asshole.
Yeah. What was that blood alcohol, Sergeant?
Right. Right. Your Joes can never know too much about your personal life, and that was way too much about my personal life.
Yeah, I was about to say, just don't tell them.
That's why you don't fraternize with you don't go out to the bar and get fucked up with you take them out and you get everybody around of shots and you're like, all right, guys, and you like, because you see me a mess and I throw up in the parking lot shit, you have something on me.
Yeah.
Anyways. Sorry, I talked for way too long.
Okay,
Hi,
no,
this is Ronnie's show.
So we're at baby number 2. Ronnie's deployed. They tell this about your second daughter.
Yeah. Well, just to close the thought on my stepdad, I think that's important because we kind of left off when he went to prison. He is Poppy to my kids.
Yeah.
Right. So when he got out of prison, his entire life was different. Right. It was a catalyst for him. Not unlike.
You went to prison, not jail.
No, yeah, it was prison.
Okay.
So he was there for a couple years.
Over a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he was the best granddad that my kids ever could have asked for. That's why I mentioned earlier, and words matter. I call him Dad now. That's growing up wasn't easy with him. You know, he taught me to fight in the ways that you're not supposed to, basically.
It's my purse. I don't know you.
But now all I can think about is just how awesome he was with my kids, right? It's that that first deployment for me was my catalyst. It was I was riding with like a with like a motorcycle group of dudes that thought they were an MC. You know, they were by definition, but I had a prospect in my brain, and my daughter was around, and one of the cringiest photos I can ever remember taking was this waistband towel, you know, like quarterbacks, like little tiny towels.
Yeah.
But it had the logo of the MC, and I laid it over the baby in her little
Like crib basket.
yeah, it was like
sort
a
of thing?
changing table,
Yeah.
foldable thing. I laid it over that, and I took a photo thinking it was like badass.
You're like, hell yeah.
Right.
Little
And my
member
wife
DMC.
supporting me through fucking all of this. She'd get on the back of my CBR and go to the shows with me, and you know,
That's
just,
ride or die.
bro. Yeah, I am punching way above my weight class. Way above my weight class here. Like this is a wonderful human being that has supported every single thing that I have done. Now, over the years, again, that incremental trying to figure out what right looks like there have been opportunities presented to me that I took advantage of, and I'm able to do for my kids, you know, more than I ever could have imagined being able to do, especially in the path that I was taking. And I owe that to at least a portion of where I am today to the Army.
Yeah, that's funny. My wife supported me through a lot too, and I rode for a while as well. And I didn't ever like take the picture of the baby with the cut, but it was basically the same thing.
Yeah,
it was basically the same thing. She'd get on that bike and she'd go to the events, and
Yep.
it took time for me to realize this isn't really for us.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, she is a wonderful human being. We even doubled down and had another baby. So I've got like a 14-year-old, I got a 12-year-old, and I have a 2-year-old now.
Hell yeah.
So this, all girls.
Wow. You yell at the other two, get out! This one's special. Did you see what I'm doing here?
Can you see how beautiful this thing is?
When you guys get older, you'll hate this one.
That's how the youngest always is.
Well,
Yeah.
we thought so.
You know it's
obviously
the
that
last
was
one.
that was the big concern, right? It's like, oh man, you know, they're still our babies, you know, and initially
They're working age.
They can go to the mines, dude.
I continue to remind my oldest daughter, like, I was working at Jiffy Lube when I was 14.
Yeah, keep fucking around.
Like,
Dad's gonna get you a job.
you
real quick.
have a lot of stuff that I can slowly take away from you,
Yeah.
and eventually I can.
No, you take it all at once, then you slowly give it back.
I was doing lawn maintenance when I was 14.
Yeah.
That was my first job.
So you are an old Mexican man.
Yeah.
God, this is. Can you see this employee of the month? That's Jake. He's an old Mexican.
Yeah.
I've been staring at all this stuff, and I didn't even notice that one.
Yeah, I started working it was a Christian retreat center, and they had all this land, and we just had to maintain it. So it was just
Praying and mowing.
mowing and praying and cutting down buckthorn and oh, the cool thing is when I was 16 and I got my driver's license, they bought this giant I don't know what the Chevy version of the Ford F-250 is. It was 2500, but it was before that. It was like a C class, whatever, but it wasn't
I think
a
it was-
C10.
I think it was literally like C25. wasn't
C20,
it?
yeah, something like
like
that.
that.
This thing was jacked up on these big ass tires, and it had a long bed with a single bench. For
Single cab?
Yeah,
Yeah.
single cab, and it was like a '77 Chevy. And they got it from South Carolina, and it was jacked up, and it had a Clemson sticker on the back of it, and it was stick shift, and I got to drive that around as like the work truck.
Hell yeah.
That was sweet.
Yeah. That's when you were like, I think I'm going to be in a motorcycle club.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened here, but I feel like hitting somebody with a baseball bat and not going to jail.
Oh man, I was so I had a knife strapped to the swing arm of my bike. You know, thinking at one point in
You're like,
time,
I'm hard as nails.
I love all of your motorcycle stories until you said CBR a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was in a
different club.
race rocket
Yeah.
club.
He was in one of those rough riders.
Yeah, where they go out.
Yeah, they
and do
called it- they
stunts
even-
the whole time, and then 3 guys don't come back.
they
each
even
time.
doubled down. They even doubled down on it. It was called chain driven MC
Chain-driven.
because it's
Yeah,
it's
right.
got a chain rather
Right.
than the belt. Anyway, yeah, that was really dumb. You know?
Well, you know, it's all part of.
And I did not ride that thing safely with a kid either. I will put it that way. You know, I would make it. I was actually working out of. We had just stood up Cyber Command, so U.S. Cyber Command, which is up at Fort Meade, co-located with the National Security Agency, right? I would make it from Woodbridge, Virginia, to like Fort Meade in an amount of time that would surprise you. I can't tell you what it was, but I remember being late for work.
It's not on an official record like some people.
I remember
Hey, that
being late
mugshot.
for work, and
No, I look dapper.
they were wondering
gotta
why
It's easy.
I was there like minutes later. I was like, well, you know,
Yeah.
Don't ask questions you don't know answers to.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm.
So we used to try to set land speed records from Clarksville to Nashville.
Yeah.
Because it's literally just
Straight shots.
Yeah,
Guy did the
Interstate 40
Kessel
right
Run
there.
in 4 parsecs.
Yeah.
I did end up getting rid of that bike though because I started getting into like trying to stunt it and stuff. You know,
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I now have a Harley. I don't ride it very often anymore.
Kids
but
do
a
that
street
to you,
pop.
man.
Yeah.
That's what
That's what I
I've
had.
done.
They get you to buy a Harley and stop having
FXTV.
sex with dudes and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I ended up
Well,
selling
that
mine
part
when,
wasn't successful.
when we had after we had our second, and I had already fallen off the fucking thing like 4 times, and 2 of them were my fault, and the other 2 times weren't. But the point was like, I don't know. Every time you fall off of it, it's new gas tank, new gas tank, new gas tank. You know how good I got at replacing the fuel pump and the lines and a new gas tank? I could do it in like an hour.
Mine was highway bars and handlebars. Highway bars, handlebars.
Oh yeah, and then because
I never laid any of my bikes down.
Really?
What?
Never once.
Dude,
That's
I
wild.
ran into.
That's probably why.
How?
I dumped my
Because
Harley
he
in a
rode
Hooters
a bike
parking lot.
that didn't weigh 10,000 pounds.
Yeah,
It's
I was
only like
I was
650.
pulling out of a Hooters bike and it had these big ass handlebars, big ass hangers on it. They were 30-some inch hangers on 6-inch risers. They were tall, dude.
Stupid.
And this guy was like, "I'm Master Sergeant so and so. You've been drinking too much. You're not riding anywhere." And I was like, "The fuck!" And like kicked my bike on. And he like grabbed me. I just kicked my kickstand up and punched it. But I was like looking back at him. There was a pickup truck like 3 parking spots in. So I crossed the road into the parking lot area and just smashed the handlebars off the fucking.
How'd that feel?
I got up and left my bike. I ran away and got in a car with some people that were leaving. And I was like, "Hey, we gotta go." And they were like, "What's up, dude?" And I'm like, I had no idea who they were. We just jammed.
Because you can't figure out who owns the bike.
I was
Well,
way
no,
too.
he's
yeah.
just afraid
I
of
was
Master
way-
Sergeant so-and-so.
Yeah, I was
dude.
way too drunk
So
to
far,
pick
He
the
doesn't
bike
even
up
have
and solve the
authority over
problem.
you. You're in the army. He's a master sergeant.
Yeah, he was in the army also.
Oh,
he
I
didn't.
thought
He wasn't in
Master
my like
Sergeant's-
chain of
oh, that's
command.
gunny sergeant.
He just
That was
he just freaked me out, and then I wrecked my bike into some guy's car and was like, "I'm out."
Just left that problem.
God,
where-
that's so
where it was.
fucking tagging.
That's why Rackay says, "Great guy, terrible friend."
Great guy, terrible.
You got drinking with me, and you want to go get dinner, and I might leave my Harley in a wrecked mess in the parking lot of
knows?
Hooters. Who knows?
That's a fucking problem. I'm glad I didn't meet you then.
Piece of shit back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronnie, there's a couple things that I want to talk about. If you want to talk about them, I want to talk about them with you. You're an internet superstar.
Superstar.
Fuck's sake. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
an-
we talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might get a little spicy about it. But
Please
sure.
do. I want nothing but the spice.
Oh,
So,
are we talking about the hate-driven hate?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So, what's it like being a performative male?
Performative
It
male.
feels a whole lot like intravenous monster. Feels great.
What is performative male?
Ronnie.
I am-
Update me on Twitter.
All right.
The Twitter
All right.
speak these days. I don't quite.
I'm telling the story soup to nuts
Yeah.
here, right?
Let's go.
So I work for a gun rights organization. I work for the National Association for Gun Rights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ronnie also works like 1,000 different companies.
Nice.
Yeah. I have a few too many hats.
The VP of.
So I was actually working a local gun show, right? So in Virginia, we just had a little bit of, especially from a gun rights perspective, a little bit of a challenging change
Yeah.
in our political landscape. So
Yeah.
I was working a gun show. It's one of the largest. It is done out of the Dulles Expo Center, and it's literally the last one. I was super excited to be there. I went to one years and years and years ago. Local company offering holsters. What are you pointing at?
Put your feet on the table.
He's got shoes on. I know.
Socks off.
He's got socks.
These are Buffalo Ron socks, dude. You'll never wear
Oh,
socks
man, I'm
nicer.
super jealous
Yeah.
of those.
Buffalo Raw.
This is made out of buffalo wool.
So it's either flip-flops or.
Can I just quick
pre-Haley
tangent
socks?
here? I'm a big fan of buffalo products and buffalo meat.
Buffalo is delicious.
Yeah, the problem with buffalo is that the infrastructure required to like keep and sell buffalo and
Yeah.
bring it to market is like way higher than cattle because cattle are more docile. But buffalo are the original cattle.
Yeah.
And
And then we came through and killed them all to wipe out the engines.
well, yes, but bringing it back, they can do things that cattle can't do, and when they're properly maintained, it's actually really really good for the ecosystem. But anyways,
It's because of the tap dancing.
yes,
Yeah.
Buffalo's tap dance.
Yeah.
It's true.
Regular cattle can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when cattle are properly maintained, it's good for the ecosystem too. But I digress.
You're working a gun show.
Yeah.
I thought their farts were bad for the...
Dude, that is such bullshit. I don't know who made that up.
Taylor
It's
Swift.
wild. You think about okay, now we're on the tangent of buffalo. We are going to get back to this. But you think about at the height of the buffalo populations, how many buffalo were there?
17.
No. There was like 65 million, okay, across the Great Plains.
And then the white man came.
Today in America, I think there's like 90 million cows.
Okay.
And so there's 30% more.
Comparable amount.
A comparable amount. Why wasn't there any methane problems back then?
Is there methane problems now?
No.
Like, that's the...
Not from cows.
That's the problem.
Yeah. It's just such a ridiculous argument. Also, like,
I just want to get the rancher going.
there's a whole thing about how, oh, well, lab-grown meat produced from plants. You know, it's crazy because there's an animal that eats plants
Does it make meat?
and then turns it into meat.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and while it's doing this, it fertilizes the soil, and everything that it intakes, it dumps it back into the ground.
We should invest in this right away.
Which
Is there a
then,
patent?
like cow piss, the whole thing about cow piss, like it filters through the dirt, and then it goes down through the rocks, and it goes back into the aquifer.
Wait,
and
is
by the
there-
time it gets back to the aquifer and comes back up, it's drinkable again.
Is there a thing about cow piss?
There's the thing about everything with cows.
Cows also, like cow piss is also super good for the soil.
Do people not understand, like, if you
I
live
don't
in
know
New York
about that,
City,
but-
the water that's coming out of your faucet
Yeah.
is human piss?
It's ridiculous. It's the whole thing about
Yorkers don't understand
livestock is so absurd. It's like, tell me you don't know anything about livestock without telling me you don't know anything about livestock.
They're able to get piss out of the tap? I have to pull mine
You gotta
directly.
pay extra for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
just-
anyways.
I drink mine fresh out of my tap
right out of the tap.
Anyways.
Like it when it's warm. It's a good way to start a cold morning.
because
Okay,
it's
so-
sterile and I like the taste.
sterile.
I'm trying to remember who it was, but somebody,
Bear
they
Grylls.
had to go pee and they went, I gotta go piss out of my dick. Oh, it was Micah. It's like, I gotta go piss out of my dick. I'm just,
I hope it's coming out of there.
I have an option.
Anyway.
What were we
Gun
talking
shop.
about?
Rights.
Oh, so
Virginia.
local. I had just gotten this new used Glock 45, right? I didn't have a holster for it yet. I needed a holster. Local company was like, hey, you know, will you try ours out? And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm into that. $60, you know, great price. It's just your plain
Local
Jane,
made,
yeah.
local made
They
rig.
had a left-handed option for retards.
Yes.
And he was like, oh my God.
Nice.
that's me.
They had a left-handed holster.
He was
for
like,
the exact. I am lefty.
Wow.
For
The
the
guy was like,
exact
we made this
light-
one by accident.
For the exact gun with the exact light combination that I needed, it was perfect. I get home. I'm home alone because the missus is doing what that wonderful woman is doing and making sure to rear our children and get them to all their practices and grocery shop and all this stuff.
Right.
So nobody was home.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cook a steak.
Yeah.
So I fired up my smoker because I wanted to reverse sear it. I had plenty of time.
best.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to do that. It takes like an hour to
It does.
do that. So
A proper reverse
while
sear
I'm
takes
waiting
a
for
long
that, I'm on my back deck. I've got a couple of acres at home.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm pointing it around this new Glock that I have cleared 100%. I don't have enough ammo to shoot it. Really, is what it was.
Yeah. It's expensive.
Then I realized, like, oh, I got the new holster.
Yeah.
So I put the holster on. I'm still in that video wearing my blue NAGR like work hoodie and everything. So I got this holster and I'm feeling that out, and I was like, wow, this is starting to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, gun's clear. I'm gonna pour
God
myself
forbid you
a
get
bourbon.
a clean draw.
Yeah.
And learn how to draw your firearm
Yeah.
appropriately.
If you wanna be
ever
proficient,
need to use it.
you're gay.
Wow, that's crazy.
You're only allowed to use it to shoot.
I'm starting to have a pretty damn good time,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pour myself a glass of bourbon.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a bourbon enjoyer, not necessarily a knower.
Yeah.
But I know that was a great time I was having on the back deck.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna share this with the boys.
Yeah.
This is gonna be awesome. They're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You shared it with the boys.
Yeah.
They were just the boys that wear dresses. And they were mad about the fact that
Hey, you shared
were
it with the
lifting your dress
Ishis.
up. Yeah.
So I think somebody ended up tracking it back to like a Discord or something, you know, because if you go through, I assume we'll potentially talk about what I do now in the Army, but I'll give you the hint. I do a lot of information operations type stuff and technical intelligence. Those
He
are,
is the PSYOP.
So I've done it. So
A lot of these fucking army guys that just happen to work in psyops, that just happen to work in social media.
It's so weird.
Fucking
And they
crazy.
end up on this show.
Looking
Yeah.
at you, Nico
Is this?
Ortiz.
Yeah. What is this the third one of them that
Yeah.
we've had?
Who else was?
Adam.
Oh, Adam.
Nico?
Too. Yeah, third. Yeah.
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 well, I'm not psyop.
One day we'll.
I'm not psyop.
Yeah,
there is a
anymore.
difference. There is a no. So
We'll get
information,
Buttersworth and
That's what
Haley
they
on
all
here.
say.
information operations is more broad.
Guys, just so you're clear, I'm not a Fed.
Yeah.
So psyop
I don't work for the CIA.
is a very
contract.
is a very specific capability. In information operations, I can use kinetic fires for my plans and stuff, right? So imagine you keep receiving indirect on your airfield or something, and the commander's like, I want them to stop fucking doing that. IO, what can you do? Well, I might blow up the side of a mountain with a HIMARS. Roll that bitch out onto the thing and just literally destroy the side of a mountain. There might not be any bad guys there, but I know that they've been paying attention to that mountain because at one point in time it might have been a poo site or something, point of origin.
Yeah.
So I just blow that fucking side of the mountain up, and that itself, it is a
Not a
cognitive.
place where they shit. A point of origin
It
for
is-
something else.
They probably
Yeah,
also
who
shit
site?
there.
It is.
They definitely
It
should.
is
It's where
definitely
the rocket, whatever ordnance that came your direction is.
point of
It's from the
origin.
poo site.
Point of origin. Then
But
yeah,
there's probably poo there. They
almost,
were there for a while. There's a couple
There's-
cigarette butts. Poo.
There's poop.
A raped goat.
Do they smoke a lot?
I've
Not like China.
I've had to say way too many times, can't poo there, bro. We'll put it that way.
in the truck. Whoa, sit down.
What are you doing?
I'm eating.
No, so
about to.
information operations is a much more broad concept of it's information warfare, and PSYOP has its role in there.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we did leaflets and all kinds of other PSYOP type things, but we also did some cyber things. We did some kinetic things. We did talking points.
By kinetic, you mean on the ground? in
Yeah,
the
like we
field.
blew shit up.
Yeah.
Right. So I was actually a part of.
Going from potential energy to kinetic energy.
There happens to be very few of these, but one of the largest munitions that isn't nuclear in the United States arsenal was dropped. Coincidentally, maybe not, within 2 months of me leaving Afghanistan. Right.
Okay.
They're
So-
like, good, he's gone.
Yeah.
Now do it.
There's a fun story
guy was
behind
having
that.
way
It
too
just
much
starts to
fun.
get into a gray area that I don't know. Because
Sure.
that second deployment was with a counterterror joint task force. I had to go through a selection process for it, and you go and being a piece of shit on my first deployment to just 4 years later getting selected for that. That was a whole nother ballgame. How did we end up on?
You're shooting.
You're talking
rockets
about
into the
Hishis.
side.
Yeah, how all the transgenders get
Oh,
shitty you on Twitter.
so what I pay attention to is themes,
Yeah.
right? So if you go through the comments on the original post of that, they are all the exact same theme.
Yeah.
Which tells me that it has its own point of origin.
I know what we're doing for one-star reviews.
Oh, that's smart.
What?
That's smart. That like you're reading the context behind the
Yeah, oh, yeah.
the comments and understanding that like it's coming from.
So
like,
for people who don't
originating
know what you're
source.
talking about, what were the comments?
That I was gay for drinking bourbon, eating steak, and dry firing my pistol on my back deck. That somebody called me camp.
Said by a gay man.
Yeah.
To you.
Under most
liberal white woman.
Most of them were
Right.
a part of the gay trans community, whatever.
it's-
But that was the other thing. The other thing that was a dead giveaway that there was some point of origin for all of that hate and vitriol over just something that does not hurt you or matter to you at all.
Fundamentally American.
That was the other thing is it was a very specific community that was doing it.
Yeah.
Right. So there was certainly somewhere out there that it was placed like, hey, go make fun of this, stupid
Yeah.
right-wing guy. First of all, I don't like kickball, so I don't want you to
Yeah.
put me on your dumb kickball
You don't
team.
like sports ball?
Sport ball!
Right? I hate political tribalism, actually.
Yeah.
I cannot fucking stand it.
Yeah.
It's not what we were designed to be.
No.
And it's a way of control and manipulation of your populace.
What I've realized is that there's a lot of like the holier than thou, you need to affirm that you're in our church over here, and then there's everybody else. And yeah, sure, that happens on the right too, but by and large, it's disproportionate. Like
Yeah.
the vast majority of people who are on the right aren't actually on the right.
No.
They're just not whatever that
Yeah, they're not
is.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because I came from like the left. Like my father was a union carpenter. He was blue. He like indoctrinated me to be blue growing up. That's not what the party is anymore, obviously. No. And as I got older, I was like, I feel like I've stayed pretty much in the same position. And that has just moved over there. Yeah. And I don't identify with it anymore.
When I was a kid, I was like the pot-smoking hippie liberal out of my friend
100%,
because I was like, I don't care if dudes get married. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, how this doesn't affect me. I don't care. They're going to pay taxes together. Like, I don't.
So what I realized was like, no, it's not actually like I made a conscious change to be like, oh, I'm over here now. I'm on this.
No, you know what? I do hate people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it was like, no, I just realized that actually it's just most people are just want to be left alone. Yeah. And they don't identify with that. And because that's not what they want.
But they're just the loudest, most militant group. Because Ronnie can just post the most innocuous thing on Twitter and just get trend on Twitter and get hammered. My favorite thing about that is
wild.
Men that either want to have sex with other men or men that wish to be a woman and wear a dress or think that they are actually a woman. The greatest insult that they give to you is like a red-blooded American male is they'll be like, you're not confident in your masculinity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like, motherfucker, you're in a dress.
Yeah.
I'm eating red meat, drinking bourbon, playing with my gun.
Right.
You mean I'm not comfortable in my masculinity? I'm being it.
Performative masculinity. I had to look that up. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, of course. They have a term for everything. And then they changed it.
And they called me camp.
Yeah. You're not look that one unless you're a woman.
What does camp mean?
We looked it up last night.
I don't remember.
What was it? I think it means gay.
I'm sure it means gay, yeah, but what type of gay?
The identity is based on how you have sex. That's wild.
That's been like my argument forever.
Theatrically, playfulness, and exaggeration.
What? That doesn't spell
camp.
No, that's what the slang is. So it's like theatrical.
Oh, so you're not actually a red meat eating, gun toting American man. You're just playing.
I was.
The internet.
It's a term that can relate to aesthetics or the way someone acts and has long been connected to gay culture and communities.
You know what's
you don't get to be gay, say that I can't call you gay because you're gay, and then call me gay when I'm not gay. Pick one.
That sounds pretty gay.
Cut that into a short. That was so well said. Nobody's ever said it better than
that's
that.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Right there on the internet.
It's retarded.
Yes.
It's retarded.
Wow! We figured it out.
We should just claim the words back. You know what I mean?
What made it really funny to me is that there's something that I say on our Funker live show a lot, and that is that video is an imperfect lens into reality.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So when you break out each of these things that they're talking about in this video of me, right? So they're talking about the steak. Oh, you're eating steak? Well,
you're why planes fall out of the sky. There's not enough oxygen.
First of all, I'm on the carnivore diet. That's 90% of my fucking diet. So yes, that is. I'm not cooking broccoli.
Yeah, but they have an issue with that.
Yeah,
but, sure.
Like that community has an issue with the carnivore.
They can have an issue with whatever the fuck they want. I don't care.
Bugs.
No, because they think they think that like you eating only meat is like it's
an affront. It's an affront to them in some way.
Yeah, it's like selfish of you and like you're taking from others, and it's like
I know,
brother. That's what I'm supposed to eat.
Right.
That's why you don't walk out in the yard and go, man, you know what makes me hungry? Grass. You drive by the Texas Steakhouse and you're like, fuck, I want some sushi.
Tractor gas and grass together, that's nice.
Yeah.
Fresh cut lawn.
It is, but you don't want to like eat it.
No.
Yeah. But you drive by Texas Steakhouse and you're like,
cigarette and maybe drink a beer.
The entire thing was fascinating to me though, right? Like the amount of hate, like my lovely wife, that again she's also a gangster. I'll tell you about the time she held a plumber at gunpoint in a minute.
Shit. Hell yeah.
I saved that one.
It's because his wife is really a violent man.
But somebody
his
even went back.
Called him camp.
From this one video.
He was like, "Babe, you'll never believe what they're saying to me on the internet." She was like, "I know." He was like, "Damn it."
From this one little video, right? That you can call it cringe, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. If it drove you to hate somebody, you need to fucking check yourself.
Here's what's wild.
You need
about
to separate yourself.
You don't like it?
Yeah, just fucking scroll, man.
Cyberbullying doesn't exist. Turn off the computer, nerd.
Yeah.
They went and they found a post from over a year ago about my wife to say mean things about my wife.
They'll
Right?
do that. Yeah, they'll do that.
Like, it fascinated me that this non-affront, very lame dry fire reps, like I most certainly wasn't, doing very well back there, but that wasn't the point.
You were more than one bourbon in, and you were sharing it with your boys.
The point was, I was like, man, dude, I'm having a great fucking time. This is nice. And now I'm worse. Right, and I don't mean that I'm gonna post more videos of me dry firing. I mean, all of these people told me what I believed. Yeah. Now I'm gonna start fucking telling you more. Right? Yeah. I have historically stayed out a lot of like cultural type fights because I'm a combat footage guy. Like that's most of my content is combat footage. Even my gun content, I didn't shoot in the last 2 videos I uploaded. Right? But now I'm gonna be fucking worse. So if an entire community of people is gonna tell me how I feel, fine. I'm gonna be worse, and you're gonna start hearing. You're gonna exactly how I feel.
You're gonna come to my door, to my house, where I live, where I feed my child. Like you're gonna come into my world, you know what I mean? I'm leaving you the fuck alone. You're gonna come over here into my space and tell me what you think of me.
Yeah.
Oh, then you greenlit me to tell you what I think.
Not only that, but you're gonna dig for a picture of my wife.
Right, you've greenlit me. I say it all the time that like the fire department should have left me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
They should have just left me alone because now I'm here and I have a problem.
No, totally, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what like changed me in a lot of ways. For a long time, my perspective was, well, everybody can get along and everybody has reasonable opinions. And then over time, I just realized that wasn't true.
Yeah, you want to cut what off of who?
Yeah, it just wasn't true, and so it was, and then it became a moral issue, and it was like, well, I can't sit here and like tell you that I agree because I don't, and if I tell you I don't agree, then you become even more hateful.
Right.
And so now I just don't care.
It's the they like pass the words as violence phase of the like indoctrination in society, and it became like if you're not an active militant supporter of them, then that's not good enough. If you still draw the line on like, I don't know, not my house, do what you want, that isn't good enough.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, okay, well you've officially put me in a position where
your
like
silence is violence.
Yeah, you're forcing my mouth open on my opinion, and like you're not gonna like what I have to say about it. You know?
Yeah.
Do you want to go on an all-out more?
So I want to take this
I'm
into the next thing, and which is you are working on something pretty freaking awesome.
It has
Becoming
the potential to be
worse.
awesome.
You're the American Marksman, sir.
Oh no, I am not.
Yeah.
The American Marksman.
No, you are the American Marksman.
No, and that was a concern actually from a brand perspective. It's like, yes, I'm hosting it, but the intent of American Marksman is
to let everybody know how cool you are.
Yeah, how red-blooded and of an American I am. Yeah, the intent is to try and help people understand what marksmanship as a core and fundamental skill means to us as Americans, right? The very first video we published, I didn't even touch a firearm. It was a history episode, right? And there's going to be more of those.
It was a good episode.
As we move down the line. It was Morgan's Rifles. Morgan's Rifles mustered out of Winchester, Virginia, right? This is just a group of survivalists and hunters and frontiersmen from the Shenandoah Valley that had rifled barrels, which allowed them to engage at even further distance than their British counterparts that they were fighting against. Even the Hessian Jaegers that had the Jaeger rifles, those were, from a capability perspective, not up to the same snuff as the American long rifle was, the Kentucky long rifle, Pennsylvania long rifle, the long rifle.
Yeah.
So I wanted to set that as kind of, hey, this is about the examination of what marksmanship as a fundamental skill means to us as a nation. I was a part of my high school's marksmanship team. I mentioned that to somebody yesterday that just a few years younger than me. He's like, what is that?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they used to teach you this stuff.
I know.
Right? And you talk about, like, what is the real problem? You'll always get, like, the gun control arguments and stuff like that. The problem is we have forgotten what the culture is that surrounds firearms and marksmanship. We started our Revolutionary War was started because of fucking gun control.
I mean,
that's how that kicked off.
kind of arguably a world war, though. You had all your major superpowers involved in
Other
it. You know what I
don't
mean?
don't other countries actually teach that as a part of a larger global conflict?
Yeah, because
at
it has
the
to
time?
do with like, is it France that went first? And a lot of our constitution and like concepts
No,
are
we
written
went
from
before France.
Who went before us? There was someone that went before us that was like part of the inspiration. Do I just have that backwards in history?
You might.
Do I really?
Yeah, I mean the French. That was 1798. I want
Maybe
to
it's
say.
Yeah, because it was a big deal that
Yeah.
our new country wouldn't support the French Revolution at all. We kind of
Well, we
played
had no
hands-on.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Thanks for your help. What do you?
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess I just had that backwards in my.
Yeah.
Let me derail us for no good point.
Okay.
Thanks.
No,
Yeah.
Edit that out.
you know, speaking of the tax, it was a 3% fucking tax.
Hell yeah, it was.
So think about that.
If you want me to talk about taxes right now, we'll do it on the after show.
Okay.
I've got a whole thing.
On
it's
taxes?
all right here. Go ahead, Morgan's Rifles.
Yeah.
Wait, Morgan's Rifles from where?
Winchester, Virginia. Virginia.
up,
There were
bro?
10 rifle companies.
America wouldn't exist without.
There were
Virginia.
10 rifle companies, and two of them came out of Virginia, right? So you had Morgan and his rifles that came out of Winchester, and then you had another crew that came from around the Culpeper area, actually.
It's a Shenandoah Valley boy.
So that's the design, is not just go out and shoot really far. I mean, I can. My longest shot right now is 2,970 meters.
Jeez.
It's far, right?
That's ridiculous.
But it's about why at its core the fundamentals that go into placing that shot
It's basically
matter
2
to
miles
us.
for people who speak English.
Yeah, almost. It's it would be 3,200 meters would be 2 miles.
Yeah.
I did try for 4,000 on our last trip,
That's
and
outrageous.
I got within a foot of it with 338 Lapua.
That's outrageous.
Yeah,
You tried for how far?
It's like
4,000.
it's like not
meters.
even lethal at
Or
that
excuse me,
point. There's
yards.
No way.
No,
it's-
it was yards. So because it's 3,600 and something meters, which was 4,000 yards.
Is that even lethal at that distance? 338 Lapua?
Yeah, it's got enough.
just like-
To
it's like
pierce your
denting
body,
the
you
side of
only
a Coke
need
can.
a certain amount of energy, but in order for it to then defeat your body as a very dynamic barrier, so living tissue
Yeah.
is an extremely dynamic thing to shoot.
Yeah.
That's why like ballistics gel will never
Yeah.
be perfect. The cool looking ones that have all the bones and shit, and those bones are like plaster
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Those
It
that
still
is
doesn't
that
mimic
is
anything.
not getting you anywhere close, because your body there's
fibers.
fluid dynamics
That's
that are
the
involved
thing
in
that
that.
I was trying to get across to some folks, like when like Charlie Kirk was assassinated, because people kept comparing it to, and it's like, yes, there's sort of like watermarks where
Sure.
you can roughly grasp, but it's not the same thing.
No, it's not. And people are taking like fucking roasts out in their backyard and like, look, it's pork.
Yeah.
And this is this same thing. And it's like that's
Yeah,
not
it's not
anywhere
the
close.
same.
Yeah, it
you
doesn't
you,
have
you were
blood
better
pumping
off
through
turning
it.
that into pulled pork rather than shooting it. You just wasted all of that barbecue for a broken point because you don't understand enough
Yeah.
to know that you don't know some of the information that you need to know to be making the claim that you're making. Right?
Sure.
But
Yeah.
American Marksman is meant to be me pursuing some of that knowledge. So like I've gone and I've trained with a USPSA Grandmaster, trying to better understand how it is that a USPSA Grandmaster trains versus like a Green Beret's training, and examining where they intersect and where they separate. I've done a lot of long range stuff. It's my favorite way to shoot. I think there's just so much that goes into it that if you're a bad shooter, you're not going to do well in extreme long range or in long range. Those
Yeah.
two things being very different. Long range and extreme long range being different.
Yeah.
But it's the pursuit of this transcendent skill, because a true marksman, you don't have to be you don't have to be a professional shooter. You don't have to be a sniper to be a good shooter. You don't have to be military to be a good shooter. Fuck. I know a lot of military dudes that can't shoot for
Can't
shit.
shoot at all.
No, dude, I've
Fucking
got so
all.
many military dudes in my comments telling me that they are
Yeah, that's
for
not the
your
point.
prior service.
Yeah,
No.
that's not how the infantry works. It's not how the military
No.
works. It's not. We're not that far away from standing in lines next to each other with
They were
small bore
supply.
muskets.
No, yeah. So it's
The basic.
you talk about a performative fucking dance. A performative dance is a United States Army range.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah,
There's a
it is.
tower that says load your next 3-round magazine. It is not.
You shoot into targets that are shot to hell from a rifle that's got a 7 MOA on it. Like,
So
did you know that's the
The spec requirement for
Yeah. Your rifle.
7 MOA is the spec requirement.
Your service rifle is good to go as long as it shoots within a 7 MOA group.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You go out to the range and you're shooting 300-meter plastic pop-ups that are
Yeah,
fully
you're not even
soaked
on
with
target.
holes,
Yep.
and your MOA spread at 300 yards is bigger than the target.
Yeah,
and you got
100%.
privates coming off because you get the privates, the janky ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're coming off the range like so rejected about themselves, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make your shit up.
Right.
You're good on the bus.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But, I mean,
I keep derailing us this episode.
no, that was
Man
actually
versus Morning is a derailment
an
into
important.
a theme.
It's an important point, right? Because you see that stuff online all the time, right? It's like, well, let's see if 500 meters with iron sights. Like, why?
Yeah, why?
Yes, you can do that. You can do.
Yeah, I get
you
it.
can do anything.
I get it,
Like,
bud. You know.
That's my issue with like the meltdown videos. Everything has a breaking point.
Sure.
Yeah.
We should. I kind of wanted to bring that up when Micah was talking about that. Like he melted a gun when Micah.
I don't know what.
When-
I think
when
his
did you
overall,
guys
his
do
overall
the mic
point
show?
of that was that it didn't actually melt in the way that they expected.
Right, in the way it expected, but it was like
performed better.
the way that he did the meltdown wasn't the right like procedure, and it's like you're being
stop.
stupid. He didn't break a thing the right way. Like that's
Yeah.
so stupid. Everything breaks at some point.
Yeah.
Like
Well, my thing is like, what's a combat loadout? Like
270
270
rounds.
rounds. Most,
For
if
nerds.
not all, firearms, kind of like at this point, they can go to like 1,000 rounds.
right,
So
you
your-
can take
your
a
3X
$400 Palmetto gun
and run 1,000 rounds
and run
through it
1,000
full
rounds
auto.
to it, one after another, full auto, and
And
it
then
won't
it'll-
fail.
and then it'll go.
And on the ones that do fail, it's like a part of the soldering on the gas block, or it's
Yeah.
part of the gas
It's
tube.
always
Let's go.
a
Or
fucking spring issue.
Yeah,
it's
first you don't have full
pumped up
auto,
with
and
carbon.
second you don't have 1,000 rounds to burn.
Yeah, honestly, your palmettos aren't going to gunk up because they're so overgassed.
Yeah.
That thing, you could.
It'll
What's going to
just
fail
chew
on
through
those
it.
is going to be the gas block. It'll chew the shittiest. The guns that are going to fail on you are Geisley URGIs because they're purpose built to run 77 grain tungsten tipped special operations rounds,
don't-
and you start feeding them steel ammo and don't clean it.
Do
and
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why gun reviews on YouTube are fucking stupid.
Yep.
Well, and they all have their own little personalities, don't
You
they?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, a URGI is a phenomenal firearm if you feed it 77 grain all the time because it's designed to do that.
Right.
But when you start fucking with it and you give it shit it doesn't like,
Well, then don't shoot it for something it's not designed to shoot.
but Palmetto State Armor, this isn't a plug for Palmetto, but like any of those cheap ass companies like Radical Firearms, any of those ARs, they'll run anything forever because they're just overgassed with a shitty
Don't you
spring in
put
the back.
Radical and PSA in the same?
Yeah.
Anyways, so you are the American Marksman. And where do you kind of like want to take this? Where are you?
The intent is actually to tell
Shoving it back on subject.
to tell stories around marksmanship and marksmanship feats. Like one of the ones that I love, and there's a reason that I chose Morgan's Rifles to be the first. On their way up to Boston from Winchester, they mustered in Winchester and they made their way up to Boston. They were stopping to do marksmanship exhibitions and show off how good they were with these rifled barrels as
all those colonial
basically scouts,
ladies
right?
just-
So
I'm never coming home, ma'am.
Yeah.
Here's my ankle.
George Washington said that they were a good counter to like Native American tactics,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, a lot of the same, their hatchets were like an inspectable item,
Yeah.
you know.
There were guys that had fought them. They understood
Right.
the tactics, you know?
So, but what the test, and you know, if people haven't seen that, I'll just kind of give it away. What they did is at 60 yards, without a rest, they took a 5x7 board and stuck it between their legs, right? One guy did, and then they took $1. So $1 at the time was on paper; it was about this big, and they nailed that to the board. And then you've got this dude 60 yards from you with a 5x7 board between his legs, and a rifleman without a rest would shoot at the $1 between his. I'm not letting any of you motherfuckers shoot at a 5x7 board between my legs now.
No, I don't care if it's a fucking
Nope.
the most
It is
precision
performative
rifle
masculinity.
rested on Gibraltar.
Nope.
I'm not doing that.
No, I don't care if you're
Yeah.
pew view. You're not shooting at
Yeah.
not shooting at a.
I think I would let Pewdie.
I would let you.
Maybe him. Maybe him.
I would let you do it.
Thanks, buddy. Want to do
Would
it?
you? Would
no,
you really?
don't do that.
We'll do it at Watson's house.
No, you're not doing that on my property.
Yeah. I would let Nolan
Do
shoot
it.
it.
Do it with.
He hits you in the femoral
long
artery.
rifle, though.
You're dead.
That's
in
why they
3
make
minutes.
fucking tourniquets, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'd let you shoot me in the plate.
Tourniquet on. What if it's up
I'd
here?
rather you shoot high,
asshole?
not low, though.
But I want to tell stories about marksmanship, man. It's got nothing to do with my military background. I don't have a tactical military background. I've competed before, but I'm no professional shooter.
Yeah.
you know, it's just because it's been such an important skill for me growing up. I haven't even hunted all that much. The first thing I shot and killed that was living was a squirrel, and I ate it.
Nice.
And it didn't taste good. My mom didn't know how to cook squirrel.
Yeah.
But the American Marksman embodies something way more than just like a guy that's good with his rifle. A man, like the foundation of America was a man that could walk into the woods with his rifle, feed himself, feed a family, cut trees down, build a house, build a farm, and
That
produce a life.
rifle, it was fundamentally
Right.
his livelihood.
Right. An American
top to bottom.
Marksman
The game that they were killing with that was what they were going to build their shelter with, make their clothing with.
Right.
Right. So
We've lost that. We've lost this idea
Culturally,
that
it's
like a man
gone.
has this ability, like a man is supposed to walk out into the woods and build a life for himself. And we've completely abandoned that idea.
Yep. So that's the underlying intent. Is every episode is a hopeful intent of trying to revive a little bit of that culture, because it's a culture that I grew up with. I don't think we've hit our stride just yet. What we've really done with these first few video releases is we've chunked off little pieces that we're kind of testing. You know what I mean? Conceptually, when I did my TV show, I brought this up with some of those production companies, and it was kind of built to be almost very network. The challenge that I run into is all those hats that I wear, and it's a time thing, right? But it's my baby, and it's what I want to do, because I was running around, I was like 10 with a 22 on the top of a mountain shooting fucking birds.
Yeah.
Right?
My granddad gave me the break barrel 410 and gave me a box of
Yeah, he
10
just
shells.
had a
dumped them
pocket
in my
full
pocket.
of a general amount of ammo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go have fun, kid.
Yeah,
Don't
you
die.
just walk off and it's a 410. What are you gonna do with it?
Yeah. You can't kill yourself with that.
Trip and shoot myself in the face. Like that's what.
No, barrel's long enough. You're fine.
I like how you just said like your TV show that you just breezed over that you were on the History Channel.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Yeah, that was a hell of an experience, man. It was a dream come true, to be honest with you. You're getting a chance to do that when you grow up watching Ermy and Mail Call.
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
My show is called Military Mysteries. So I co-hosted that show with Rudy Reyes, probably the one dude that I probably would. Just to be honest with you.
He's beautiful. Man.
He is Fruity Rudy is a beautiful.
That is a beautiful human being. Also a very kind human being as well.
They came into Cash Generation Kill and they and Fruity Rudy was like there as like the whatever, like a consultant or whatever, you know, and they were like casting it and they had to have been like, it's you. You have to play.
You have to play
There's
you.
not another you out there in the universe. Like, there's no way you're that big, that violent, and that nice. Like it's impossible.
Honestly, one of the most genuine people I've ever met. You meet when I started falling into this. So Scott at Funker kind of threw me into the fire and was like, "I need you to start doing video content for us." So that when you get thrust into like a 2.3 million subscriber YouTube, things happen fast. And,
Hey guys.
So Scott kind of threw me into this, and what I ended up starting to get exposed to is a lot of like veteran creators that are just actual pieces of shit, frankly.
No way.
You know,
Rudy is one of the most genuine fucking people and one of the OGs of veterans moving into the media space. And I consider him family now. I don't even have words for it. You know, I'm able to reach out to him with anything that I need from a mentorship perspective. While we were going through the culture of being in television, there is a dedicated culture to that, and I could not have expected that. Rudy was mentoring me and coaching me through that. He was like, "Hey man, here's, take a second look at this section of your contract. All right,
Yeah.
Double check that."
Yeah.
And I was too pig-headed. I didn't listen. Right? It was, because this
History
was
Channel.
This was my fucking chance, man. But it was a good experience because it helped me understand how much energy goes into something even as simple as, military mysteries. Right. The amount of people and energy that apply themselves to these shows, and the show might end up sucking, right? It might just not be good. But the people behind it believed in what they were building and what they were doing, right? So you got everybody from the one guy with the focus wheel.
Yeah.
His only fucking job is this focus
AC,
wheel,
that first AC.
right?
Yeah.
And he is a gangster with it, right? Like we did this one panning shot that had me walking forward, kind of turning, and then the action cam dude would pull off of me and over to Rudy. The camera guy's not doing the focus. The guy with the wheel is.
That's the first assistant cameraman. That's what that
Bro.
position is.
Really? Just pulls focus?
Yeah, typically. You have the director of photography who's actually manning the camera, or if there's multiple cameras, then the director of photography is here, then you have your cameraman, then you have your first assistant cameraman. His job is to pretty much just pull focus on a big set. And then a second AC's, their job is to run all the camera lenses and different things that the camera department needs up to the cameras.
I got exposed for the first time to unions when I did the TV show.
It's a union thing.
I grew up very rural. It's like a rural trailer park that we lived in.
Yeah.
There's no fucking unions out there. So I'm sitting there at the table, and first of all, there's like I've been assigned this very, very nice young lady that I have to ask her.
She's your handler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say I took offense to that, but I'm like, I can get my own water, man. Yeah. Well, I'll come back to that. There was one instance where we needed to change some continuity on the table. The continuity was fucked. We needed to re-film something. And basically this needed to happen.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember they were yelling like, hey, we need to happen. So I was like, okay, cool. And I did that. I've never been yelled at as a grown man for taking that guy's job away from him the way I had. He
like stopped and looked at you and just was like,
just cried.
Like right there on set. And they were like, you did that, Ronnie. That was you. Not again.
This is the 8th time, Ronnie.
How many times do we get it? Like you hear like pow from another set.
I didn't know. You know, it was all so foreign to me. And going back to my handler, if I got up and did my own thing, she has no reason to be there, no reason to be paid, right?
Yeah, and there's a certain like logic to it, give or take, where overall, if everybody is running correctly and everybody is doing their job, then overall, when you get to a set of like 500 people, then overall the set actually moves faster if everyone stays in their lane. Because when you don't have that, then people start doing other people's jobs and that creates more chaos. But in the particular moment, it doesn't make any sense at all.
It was a hell of an experience, man. You know, and I was very proud to be a part of it because we were bringing history back to history. And that's what we covered. We covered, you know, boats blowing up. We covered the Lady Be Good going down after overshooting its landing zone, ended up in a desert in Egypt, and the pilots walked around for days, and there's old journals that we're covering. You know, they kind of branded it a mysteries show, but it was really about doing the original design. It was called Battle Vision is what it was supposed to be called, but they kind of branded it around mysteries, so we of course kind of shifted some of the stories there.
They got the name guy in there, and he was like, Battle Vision doesn't mean anything. Military mysteries.
That's the one.
Yeah,
It's a
he
union
was like,
thing. You gotta go to my guy, he's the name guy.
Yeah, he's the name guy.
You ask him anything, all he can do is spit back a name. If he doesn't spit back a name, it's actually outside the CBA. He can't do it.
Yeah. It's $50,000 to have a meeting.
That's actually literally what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they got in a room and started throwing darts at a dartboard for fucking names is what it was. But I loved being a part of it. You know, it was. We talked about going viral for dry fire, something. Don't care. You know, like that. I've done like a television show, and people were like, "Oh, you're, you know," what was one of the comments was like, "Oh, you have network aspirations, so you shouldn't be showing yourself drinking on the back deck with your gun." And first of all, the thing they don't know is all of my magazines were downstairs, right?
A reasonable amount.
Because it's like, well, first of all, I fucking did that already, and I wasn't a big fan, so I have no aspirations.
So
for that,
what's the fine line for that? You can be a in public drug addict and be in Hollywood, but network aspirate. There's like a middle ground where I'm supposed to be a professional.
They just want you to adhere so they know that they can control you. That's all it comes down to.
That's
all it is. That's all. When you're talking about blockbuster and TV world, all they've done is they've built a system where the people who are in front of the camera, they need to be able to control.
Yeah.
If they can't control the people that are in front of the camera, then they can't control the industry. So they don't bring people up through the industry unless they know that they can control them. It's kind of like politics.
It's exactly like politics.
Weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
It's weird how like the major big blockbuster movies tend to like paint a picture of things coming down the pipeline from the government or society. You know.
And these are the people that folks idolize, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we give a shit about their opinions on things. It blows my mind.
Yeah, it's like you were a
Blows my
sycophant all the way up to here.
Yeah.
And now you have an opinion?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
care.
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's also just from like a comment, even if you
I don't
even-
have a favorite politician. They're not Pokemon.
It's like if you don't understand how like you know nothing about Hollywood and how you come to be Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks, but like people love Tom Hanks because he can be anybody.
I mean, there are some.
Because he can be anybody. Because he can be anybody. Because he's such a good fucking liar that you believe him no matter what he fucking says. And I care what his political take is on something.
I don't.
That's
yeah.
I care about
There are some.
it's an abdication of common sense.
Like Tom Cruise established a different echelon for what an actor is capable of.
Yeah.
100% with the Mission Impossible series. But like also he doesn't act in anything else other than Mission Impossible. And you look at it
Well,
and
I
you
mean,
go, I
he
wonder
is
why.
Ethan Hunt
It's
in every movie.
Yeah, I know,
he's-
but
yeah,
the
he's just
reason
there
why he
in
doesn't
every-
act in other things is because he's gotten the Mission Impossible. He like did what YouTubers do now, but he did it in Hollywood, which is crazy. But he got to a point where he could make whatever he wanted. Just turns out that his channel is the Mission Impossible.
He's
Awesome
John
movies.
C. Impossible.
Yeah. That's
and
Ben
so that-
Diesel with Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
He's like, we're never gonna stop making these.
Family.
So that every now and then you get one of those, but it's not nearly as like liberalized in the classical sense of the word as YouTube is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways.
You digress.
Yeah, I digress. That's awesome that you're doing that, man. It's really cool. I'm glad you're.
I forgot which thing we were
American
on at this
Marksman.
point.
All of it.
All,
Yeah.
It's so cool you're here.
It's better being next to you. While you.
Thank you. I'm not joking. I changed my shirt. This is the third shirt I put on. I was asking my girlfriend what shirt I should wear.
Should we go to the after show, gentlemen?
Oh, we've got reviews for the after
We've
show.
got reviews. We've got 1-star reviews for the after show. If you're interested in joining us, click the link in the description below. It'll be right there. And we'd just like to thank you for being here. Ronnie, thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me,
Appreciate
guys.
you, man. And also there'll be a link to check out American Marksman. We'll see you on the next one.
Wow. We're glad you came.
Okay.
Say something funny, Taggart.
No, Ronnie got me.